Hello and welcome to this episode of Microchips, and on the bench today we have this RAMA model 250FC frequency counter, power meter and what have you, and I got this as faulty, so let's see if we can bring it back to life. But before we start, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, join Facebook, join Patreon, buy me coffee, have a look at my website microchips.net. And now a quick word about today's video sponsor, PCBWay. PCBWay is a China Shenzhen-based PCB manufacturer and printed circuit board assembler with more than a decade in the field of PCB prototype and fabrication. They offer a wide range of services including 3D printing, CNC machining, sheet metal fabrication and much more. PCBWay also offer a prototype PCB assembly service with component sourcing and online quote, with 24-hour delivery services. PCBWay is committed to meeting all of your PCB needs. They offer quality, on-time delivery and competitive pricing. 1 to 2 layer boards start for as little as $5 with 24-hour turnaround. Get an instant quote today by visiting PCBWay.com or click on the link below to check them out. So thank you as always PCBWay. So let's get on to the video. So as you can see, this meter's quite rusty. I did get it quite cheap off Facebook Marketplace as not working, so yeah, that's fine. Let's see if we can get it working again. So let's have a look inside. So immediately I'm greeted with a big resistor that I'm sure that's not supposed to be there, and some pots that look like they're hanging about. I'm sure that resistor shouldn't be there, and this resistor's clearly flapping about in the breeze. Everything else looks complete. Just got to see if it actually works. Now the fault that was described was the 10 watt range wouldn't work. And that kind of explains, you know, wire off. Kind of explains why it wouldn't work. So we're on the 100 watt range there. We get a meter movement. 10 watt range, yeah. 1 watt range. Now on the 10 watt range, we get nothing. Okay, looks like we have a fault on the 10 watt range. Is it just as simple as putting this wire back on and putting this resistor back on? So I've soldered it in place, kind of matching the other ones, and now we are getting a signal movement on the 10 watt scale. Now I've got a test radio at about 8 or 9 watts, and adjusting this pot does nothing or very little, and moving the pot about we can see that it's, yeah, I think it's seen better days. So I think we'll be replacing that. But at least the meter's doing something now, so that's a good start. So I don't know why somebody's done this. Anyway, we put another pot in, and we can clearly see that the putting about 8 to 9 watts into it, and no matter how far I move the pot that I put in, we don't get over to the 8 to 9 watt. So has somebody done something to this meter so it's reading, you know, like a higher power level? That'd explain the big resistor in there. So we're taking the resistor off the 10 watt range, and sure enough, now the meter's moving to where it should be. So that's positive. So as you can see, perfect. It's nowhere near a thing of accuracy, this meter, but it'll do for a, you know, quick test. We'll just zero the needle out. and then we'll set it against my other radio and my my digital power meter and see whether we can get it to match up. I've got it transmitting into a dummy load, so there should be no issue with, you know, SWR and all that. But yeah, there we go. Fantastic. So 5 watts in, 5 watts being read. Beautiful. Let's check those other ranges whilst we're at it. So we'll go down to the 1 watt range, and as you would expect, it puts the needle all the way across. We'll put it to about 1 watt on my other meter. And all that's going to need is just a quick adjustment. And there we have it, 1 watt. That kind of reads about right. Yeah, no, it's as good as. So let's try the 100 watt scale. As you can see, this is not reading anything really much at all. So we're going to do the same again. We're going to pull these strange resistors out and see whether we can actually get a reading on the 100 watt scale, which we do. And we'll just move that over to 10 watts. So around about 10 watts on the upper scale. I think that's good enough. Obviously 1 watt slams the needle over. 10 watt scale with 5 watts going in. So we just need to back that down a bit to around about 5 watts, which will be that mark there. Just adjust the radio up to around about 9.5 watts. Okay, that's good enough. It'll only be for indication anyway. It's not meant to be a serious power meter. It's good enough for quick test, you know. So I'm just checking across the ranges. See if we can't get them just a little bit more closer together. But I doubt they will ever be spot on. So back up to 5 watts. Yeah, it's never going to be 100% right, but luckily enough the frequency counter's working and we don't need to adjust that, so that's absolutely fine. As you can see, the counter's working just nicely. That will be an absolute pain to try and get spare parts for that frequency counter. So let's check the SWR. As to be expected, I'm on a dummy load, so yeah, that's fine. Fantastic. Let's try the FM modulation. Now I'm going to have to find some setup information for this, so we'll leave the FM modulation for now, but it does actually look like it's got some form of FM demodulator board in there. So maybe that's how it's getting the deviation. But I don't want to adjust it just in case I adjust it wrong until I get some better information. If anybody out there's got any service information on this, please do let us know. So we found a nice piece of card behind the meter, and the meter's there flapping about, so let's see if we can't make that a little bit better. So I was suspecting that the meter had been changed, but it hasn't. It's its original one. Just looks like the bracket that holds it in is a little bit bent. So what we will do is we will adjust this piece of metalwork, which would just be a little bend with some pliers. Now I've got it sitting in as it should be. Very nice. Now whilst I'm in here, I'm going to add a light to it. So I'm using one of these cob LEDs. Got a nice dropper resistor there, and this should illuminate the scale nicely. Now the camera's making it look quite bad. In real life it's not like this. It's actually quite nicely illuminated. Oh yeah, it's fine, not a problem. So what can we do with this top? Now I could go and get it powder coated, but that means I've got to go and get a big order, and I haven't got any other lids to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a bit of vinyl covering on it. So I've took it outside, I've sanded it down. I know you can see all blemishes on there, but those aren't, you can't feel them, they're just discoloration in the metal. So we're going to use this vinyl covering. So I've started this off, and I've got my application tool, and what we'll do is we'll peel it back just like so, and we've fitted some nice screws in it. I think it looks considerably better than what it did. Yeah, quite happy with that. It was relatively cheap, and all these things you can get stupid money on eBay. This one was quite cheap, so I was happy with that, and we've got it going. So yeah, should be able to use that in some future videos. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, join Facebook, join Patreon, buy me coffee, have a look at my website microchips.net. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.